Hey guys, what's up? It's Solo, and today we're going to be talking about, well, a bunch of the things that I have an issue with in Destiny. Now, this is going to be my personal opinion, so if you don't agree with it, that's fine. Just don't do like I've seen a lot of people do, where if you don't agree, you call someone like, oh, you're a hardcore player, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't. Everybody should at least be able to have fun. Now, mind you, I'm not like most of the hardcore players who will sit there and tell you, oh, well, we need super grindy quests. Like, yeah, while I do think the hardcore players do need some sort of thing to keep them, like, keep their, thumbs tied until the next DLC comes out, I don't think everything should be super hard. For example, I think Dares of Eternity is a great example of this. Dares of Eternity is the goofiest mode I've ever seen in Destiny besides Festival of the Lost. But it works great because of how they implemented Festival of the Lost. It works fantastically for what it's supposed to do, which is give people a horde mode that they'll actually decently enjoy. And for the guy in my comments saying, oh, yeah, no, just give us more types of champions, that's adding to the problem. Because the big problem with champions is that it restricts what loadouts we can do. Like, for example, right now, I can't make an SMG loadout because I don't have any SMG mods for champions whatsoever, even though I spent the time to get a really good rule for my Unforgiven, which is currently on my Hunter because I was playing my Hunter. Um, it's just one of those things. Oh, I got Triumph. I didn't know I got that. And there are some things you can definitely say are a little, I guess, out of whack for the season. Like, for example, the Robber Baron thing is kind of out of whack, especially with how it works. I wish the timers weren't like 3 minutes. I wish it was just random, like at any point, because at least then you would know when the ruffians were coming to take everything. That, oh hey, I can go kill this guy. Whereas now, if a ruffian spawns, and I actually had this happen yesterday, if a ruffian spawns randomly, like you kill the first one, there's a chance a second one will spawn. If that one spawns and then your guy throws the treasure, that ruffian despawns. Like, and it sucks because, like, trying to solo queue for something like that is expressly hard. And it's just one of those things, like, it sucks that it's a Triumph that's RNG, but also you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Seemings most of these are meant to be done over, the next 2 months. Although a lot of people are gonna be occupied by Festival of the Lost during this month because this is going up on the first day of spooky season. And guys, I know I say a lot. That's just literally me, like, putting spaces in between my talking, because, like, I used to do run-on sentences all the time, and I'll have issues talking, so I'll forget, like, what I'm talking about. But, like, for example, I'll be talking about story stuff, and then my mind will go to a different place, and I'll go, and it's just me trying to reconnect to my train of thought. Because more than likely, I have a weird feeling I may have ADHD. I don't know. I'm already dealing with enough medical stuff. I don't know. So anyway, back to things that I just don't like about the game currently. Number one, thing that irritates me is probably the fact that it feels like Gambit has been almost abandoned. And what I mean by this is, if you guys look at Gambit now versus when it, like, initially came out versus the seasons that it was in and was the primary, like, objective of those seasons, it's changed quite a bit, and you can tell the neglect that's come from it. And here, I'll even go in the armor to show you. So for Gambit, right? Back when Gambit initially came out, you had, where is it? You had this, which was the, like, apocalypse stuff. And then you had these items, which was literally the Gambit Prime armor that you could get. And like they were great because they looked phenomenal. I mean, Notorious was the highest one you could get, and if you got Notorious, you were just on cloud nine because that was the highest rank of these like perk sets you could get. And so you're sitting there like, oh well, nowadays you can't even get that. If you look at Gambit sets nowadays, you know, ever since Shadowkeep, when Activision left, this set and this set are spread both across different things. For example, Phobos, PhotoSuite, and they're both the same thing, like just reprinted. And with the Gambit weapons, I don't know, most of the Gambit weapons I've seen in this season, nobody uses. Like, a lot of people use Adept Nightfall weapons more than Gambit weapons, which should never be a thing. If you're gonna get weapons, you should get weapons from the source and then be able to use those weapons. But that's me. I feel like Gambit's become neglected, and I get it, people don't like the mode, but for the people who sat there and got Dredgen originally, back in season of the Drifter and Forsaken, it's kind of disheartening to see that, they talk about all these plans and stuff, but it feels like Gambit has kind of gotten the back burner treatment at this point. Like, what, the last update was them saying, oh, we're changing a few things with the ammo economy and adding shields to the Primeval with envoys. Like, that was the last update we got, and I'm pretty sure that was the Witch Queen update as well. And that's when they told us, yeah, the Gambit rotations are gonna be on a yearly thing. And I'm hoping that means when Lightfall comes out, we're gonna get the Dreaming City map back, because I really want the Dreaming City map back. But no, it definitely feels like Gambit is on a back burner. Which is kind of upsetting for me, especially being, who I used to be with being a Gambit main. And now I'm a PvE main, but still, it's very disheartening as a previous Gambit main who had like 3,000 elo in Season 6, aka Season of the Drifter. But anyway, moving on past Gambit. The next thing is just the emptiness of endgame right now. And what I mean by this is when you get to where I am with the Pinnacle cap, right? And you put on, your highest stuff and you're at the Pinnacle cap, the only thing you have left to do, really, at the end of the day, is play raids. And the only reason you're playing raids is either A, to do challenges in the raids, B, to try to get all the armor or weapons from the raids, or C, to get the exotic from the raids, which I've been trying to do. Now, mind you, I already have touch, so I don't really need to do King's Fall too much, besides trying to get the weapon patterns. But as far as it goes, other than that, it's just GMs, and that's really about it. So, I don't know, endgame for me kind of feels like I've hit a point where I'm basically at the end, and I don't know, it feels vague. It feels like I'm going into the kiddie pool after being in the deep end for, a while. And that's another thing, is like the great debate of, oh, when is Destiny too casual, is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Because, like, I've already told you guys how I feel about, like, if something is too casual. Yeah, something's too casual. Sorry, I had a yawn there. And with Destiny, like I said, as long as it's not an idle game where you can idle and, progress. And I mean, like, as an actual feature, not a bugged farming method that people use because they don't want to play the game. You know, as long as there's actually things to do for regular people, I'm fine with it. But the issue does lie with endgame for hardcore people, because then you start favoring certain sides, then people get mad, yada yada yada. So you might as well just cater to both sides, not just one in the end, because it's easier to keep, again, your hardcore people busy with something, and your less hardcore people just get get the challenges and stuff like that they can complete. But I don't know. I can't tell you the future, but from my perspective right now, I literally, like, the week starts, I do the story mission, I get done with it, and then it feels like I have nothing left to do for the entire week. And you could tell me, oh, I could be grinding weapon patterns, I could be grinding titles. But the thing about it is like, it's cool to get titles, right? You know, because that's cool. But the thing is like, there's not really much reward besides the title. You know, there's no like shaders tied to it. There's no cool things tied to it. Like, it's, I don't know. I guess it's shallow a little bit now. I'm hoping with them expanding, we're gonna see a lot more expansion into, you know, different ways of people playing besides, you know, the traditional avenues. Like, I'd love to see them bring in something like, I don't know, something like, and after saying Menagerie, I can say Menagerie or Dares of Eternity again, but making it more applicable to everybody. And what I mean by this is, like, make it so then there's difficulties for, like, if you're a casual player, it's like regular difficulty, you know, kind of like me running through this right now, except a little bit harder, because, you know, you want it to be at least tiny bit challenging. Or for the hardcore people like myself, make it so then there's like a legend difficulty, not a master, because I know Bungie likes to put champions in masters, but like a legend difficulty that people can play. And we already know there's going to be a legend, you know, campaign with Lightfall. But I'm just hoping that Bungie are going to give us more, I guess, challenges slash cosmetics for those challenges. Because I really want to see the pinnacle of Bungie creation, especially for shaders and armor. Because, like, this season's proven that Bungie, like, that the people who work at Bungie currently are just amazing at making shaders. Like, you can't look at Scarlet Semblance from this season and tell me that Scarlet Semblance is bad. You know? Like, you just can't. Like, and I get it, some of them are not people style, like Dusk Bloom or Emerald Splash, but like some of them, like Breezy Clear, make me laugh because they're cool looking, but they're also like goofy. Another thing I want to address, Bungie, why do you make some of the Titan ornaments, like for or legendary armor and ornaments, look so weird? And what I mean by this is, if you notice, I never wear the helmet for this season. The reason why is I don't like the look of it. I just don't. With everything else, I don't like the look of it. Like, it just, for me, doesn't fit the theme. Like, it looks like something a different pirate would be wearing if they had that, like, metallic, like, dome look all around, but it just doesn't fit the rest of the outfit. And, like, there's a lot of different things like that that happen with Titans and stuff like that with the cosmetics. I'm pretty sure, like, the catch crash armor that you can get literally looks like the Titan got hit in the head with a shovel. Like, the mark looks cool, I'll give it that, but, like, it looks like the Titan got hit in the head with a shovel. It's funny looking, but, like, I don't know. I want to feel stoic, you know, like Titans usually are. I don't want to feel like I'm having to kit bash 15 different armor sets to make my Titan look cool, you know. And like the Reaper set did a really good job at this because it wasn't super bad. Although I will say the mark was kind of lackluster. It reminds me of the King's Fall mark we got, which King's Fall mark, I know it's not gonna get changed because it's just the Destiny 1 armor, but still. Another thing. And this goes out to the people who are sitting there watching the trailer for Lightfall and going, "Oh, well, why did the hunter not be the only one who got the, like, oh god, what was it? The, like, grappling hook for Strand?" And I'll tell you why. Because I think they realized if they didn't give it to everybody else would have been pissed. Because, like, imagine you're sitting there, right? Like me, a Titan. And you're sitting there and you're being a Beyblade because that's what the Titan new super is. And then all of a sudden, this hunter swings in like Spider-Man and just beats the ever-loving crap out of you. Like, you'd be pissed. Because it would feel like they were favoritizing hunters. Which, mind you, a lot of people go back and forth of what class they're favoritizing. In my personal opinion, a lot of the Titan supers feel like they're the same thing. Like, I don't know, Stasis just feels like Fist of Havoc to me, you know? It's just one of those things. I want Strand to feel unique as a Titan, but I have a weird feeling it's just going to feel like every other Titan super, which is a little upsetting, and I'm hoping that there's a way to change how it feels, you know, so then I'm not feeling like I'm just doing another Titan thing, you know. I want it to feel cool. That's my thing. But no, all the people saying there's favoritism. There's not really favoritism. There's just things that you don't like about a class. Like, for example, Warlocks, like, I saw a lot of Warlocks saying that Arc 3.0 basically was the worst for them because they didn't get that much. I'm like, but you got your Palpatine to have landfall defaultly. Not only that, you guys got what was known as a Sonic Melee, where you literally rev up and yeet yourself at people. Like, I hate when people act like they don't get anything, even though they're also getting stuff. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Because, like, for example, what Titans get? We got new Melee, right? And then we got Fist of Havoc Supers merged, which I'm excited about because, well, that means we get the thing of if you jump from a high place, it does more damage, which is a cool feature. But yeah, no, I'm tired of this class is better than this class because Bungie has favoritism. I don't think I've ever seen actual favoritism in like the last few years of classes. Like, yeah, some of the cosmetics look better, I'll give them that. Like, I'm pretty sure the hunters had the best cosmetics for the past few years, but like, that's just because they're the rogue and a lot of things can fit them. And I made my persona on my hunter literally a guy named Tyler, so like, be that as you will, you know. But no, it's a big thing. I want more variety in cosmetics when it comes around to all the classes, you know. And Bungie have been knocking out of the park with cosmetics in recent years, but I do definitely want more of an end game where it's like more, I guess, involved than, oh hey, go do this one thing and pray, you know? I want to have fun. That's my big thing at the end of the day. As long as I'm having fun, I'm okay. But if it feels like I'm just doing the same thing, I'm gonna have issues. But to sum up everything, champions just need a rework or just need to go. Gambit needs at least a little bit of love. Titans, I hope our cosmetics get a little bit better over the time. Nobody's really getting favorites right now, at least in my opinion. Like, I think all the classes are fun to play in their own way. And I'm hoping that we get some sort of activity that is going to like abide our time and has a difficulty scale. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button. Comment down below what is one thing you want to see from Lightfall. Like I already told you guys mine. I want to know your guys' and guys try not to argue in the comments, of course. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.